Yay! Oh, that didn't go very well. Hi everyone, I'm Suda51 from Grasshopper.
Do not sleep on Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. Ever since the title was announced in January 2017, I see people making excuses to overlook the game constantly. Why is this? The over-the-shoulder combat of No More Heroes has never been the best part of the series. No More Heroes has always been about an over-the-top story, insane world and character designs, fantastic humor, fourth wall breaking, and of course, the lewd Travis touchdown, which this game seems to have in spades, as we saw in the reveal trailer. I'm going to go over 8 points about the game, gathering info from the interviews, trailers, and articles to outline the full picture for those that don't understand what the game is about. I'll end the video with my final thoughts about the game leading up to its release in 2018. Let's get started. Fuckhead! So in January 2017, Suda51 went up on stage for the Switch January presentation. He announced that Travis Touchdown will be making his return on the Nintendo Switch. He mentioned that a year ago he began going to conventions discussing with the indie game community, discussing the Nintendo Switch and how easy a platform is for indie developers. And he basically went off script, and we all know the translator had a real hard time there. So that was the start to this. It was a little rocky start, obviously, for the translator, but either way, it was hype. It was exciting to see that Travis Touchdown was coming back to the Nintendo Switch. The next bit of news that we got about the game was actually from the Nindy showcase leading up to PAX West in 2017. And basically from the trailer we got, quote, "Been waiting a long time. There's an entirely new generation of gamers out there. Let me at least introduce myself," end quote. That's pretty cool. I love the fourth wall breaking that they have with Travis Touchdown, and it's showing that, hey, this is a new generation of gamers. A lot of people haven't played the original No More Heroes, so that's really cool. They also announced that it was using Unreal Engine 4, which got a lot of people excited. I love that trailer, and it was really good to start off with that. But then after the Nindy showcase, this is when PAX West came, where they had Nindies at night and a ton of interviews. They gave a lot more information about the game. First point I wanted to talk about was the indie collaborations. So at the start of PAX, they confirmed with Denapon Games and Yacht Club Games for Hotline Miami and Shovel Knight collaborations within the game. The collaborations will be t-shirt collabs, but not full worlds or anything like that, as Travis is a fan of those type of games as well as Suda51 himself. He's looking for more potential inclusions in the future, including possibly some more content from Hotline Miami, as he is a huge fan of that game. Quote, "I went up to them and just asked if we could collaborate. And at this point, there are about 15 titles that we've decided on so far. No one has said fuck off yet," end quote. So that's really cool. Basically, they just walked around PAX West, went to all the indie developers in the games that he really likes and said, hey, we'd like to have a collaboration with you in Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. And apparently everyone was ecstatic because he hasn't had a single fuck off yet, so that's really cool. Next point, the gameplay. No More Heroes has always been an over-the-top action game and will stay that way. There are 6 different game worlds in this that do not change the fundamental action gameplay, but will give a different vibe and flavor to each game, with certain gameplay elements changing between the 6 worlds. They're trying to bring action back to its roots, hence the indie influence. He's been making increasingly complicated games in the past. So this one, they want to bring it back to a 3 or 4 buttons that can do many different things as opposed to ridiculous combos that you have to do with certain button presses and stuff like that. So again, they're trying to push back to classic action as opposed to technical action that you see in a lot of action games you see recently. So that's really cool, and that's kind of a change in the gameplay. However, No More Heroes, again, the first 2 have never had the most in-depth, crazy combat system. It's usually you hit the A button a few times and then you do a finisher with the motion controls. That's kind of how it always was, and it's really cool to see that they're trying to take from some of these really popular indie sort of classic action titles now for Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. So why on the Switch? Quote, "I feel that Nintendo as a console maker is the most punk because they're always trying new stuff that other people haven't tried or even thought of," end quote. So with each new hardware release, Nintendo he thinks it's like a challenge, here they basically saying, here are the new tools, what are you going to do with it? So it brings excitement to developers, including himself, just like the Wii did, and why he created the first No More Heroes and the second on the Wii. Next, they had the Nindies at Night segment where he was interviewed by Pamela Horton about the game. As you guys know, Pamela Horton was the Playboy model that cosplayed as Bayonetta. And as you guys know, Suda51 has a weird relationship with a lot of Playboy and just sexy half-naked women models out there. As you guys know, he was one of the creators of Lollipop Chainsaw, and Jessica Negri won that competition to be the official cosplay for her, which is pretty funny. And it's just interesting. He's such a boss. So why the name change to Travis Strikes Again? It's the same world, it's the same series, it's clearly connected to the previous games, but he doesn't want people to believe it's a direct sequel. It's the start of a brand new adventure for Travis. It isn't beating up assassins, going up a ranking board. He's fighting for his life here in a game, and that's what it is, and that's why he wanted to switch the name and not have it as a No More Heroes 3. He wanted to try something new, and that's kind of why, again, he doesn't want everyone to think it's going to be the exact same thing as what we played in the previous 2 No More Heroes games. The premise of the game is it takes place 7 years after No More Heroes 2. As you go through the story in the game, you learn about what has happened over the past 7 years. Travis and Batman are sucked into a video game console, the Death Drive Mark II. 6 worlds with 6 death balls exist in the game, and a mythology that if you collect all 6 of these, you will be granted one wish of your choice. Basically, one of the interviewers asked if it's a race between Travis and Batman. Suda couldn't comment on that, so I'm thinking yes, it's sort of a race between the two to see who could win the game. And I don't know what the prize is or what the whole deal is with that or whatever it is, but that sounds like a pretty cool idea. And yes, after all these interviews and stuff, it was confirmed in the latest gameplay reveal trailer that co-op is confirmed, so that is really cool to see in a No More Heroes game. After all this PAX West coverage, the gameplay reveal trailer was revealed on March 8th in that Nintendo Direct. It showed action, racing, puzzle genres in the game, neon colors, a desert area, a puzzle area, a lot of variety. I really like that. The bosses they shown were fucking awesome. They look fucking mad. I love that. It looks so good. I can't wait for that. The co-op play was confirmed, and they even showed that you, yes, are still saving on a portable toilet, though, apparently. It seemed like he just pulled it out in the middle of a highway or something. And there's an adventure mode with the new story, and yes, exclusively on the Switch in 2018. Suda51 has also been very vocal and public about wanting Travis Touchdown in Smash Bros. He wants Travis to be more of a video game superstar, so putting him in Smash would do that 100%, and maybe even push for a No More Heroes 3. He made the game playable with one Joy-Con for classic roots, classic action, ease of use, creative aspects, including couch co-op. However, another big reason why he pushed for that was because if you make Travis Touchdown playable on one controller, it would really raise the possibilities of getting an invitation to put Travis in Super Smash Bros. So yes, please put Travis Touchdown in Smash. That would be amazing. He'd be my main for sure, 100%. This is the first game that Suda51 has directed since No More Heroes 2. All the other games he's done, Lollipop Chainsaw, Let It Die, etc., he was just a producer on them. So to see him returning to the helm is really, really cool to see. The game has a smaller development team of around 10 to 15 people, and this is sort of the antithesis of Zelda. In the interviews, he's comparing a lot with it on the scale that Zelda has, but here they want to bring it down to size, but still fill it with lots of content, but make everything maybe a little more fluid and quicker in how action titles usually are made. Quote, I not only wanted to go back to my roots as an indie creator, I also wanted to give younger staff members that sort of cooperative experience that was really an important part of the development process here, making sure everyone was able to get experiences with different things that they might not have touched before, end quote. So let's get into my final thoughts. I'm still a little bit skeptical about how large these 6 worlds will be, how big the game will be. I don't even know if it's going to be a full retail game or not, but I'm interested in how it's going to connect together. Like, how are these 6 worlds together? Is it just, oh, you beat that level, now you move on to the next level? The gameplay, though, looks really good. I like that it's a quicker hack and slash game with less of the slow movement and methodical thin corridor-based design that the first 2 games had. I like the idea of the co-op and bringing the game back to the old school action title. The designs look fucking awesome. They outdid themselves here, guys. Like, look at these bosses. Holy shit. Jesus, like, it looks so good, and it seems to have the whole classic No More Heroes style still, with the humor, the insanity, the fourth wall breaking. I can't wait for this. Travis Touchdown is back, guys. I'm really looking forward to this game, as you guys can tell. The only change they made was sort of to the gameplay. Still an action title, though, but it's the mix of top down with the over the shoulder, whereas the other first 2 games are just all over the shoulder. And to be fair, again, the gameplay was never the best part of No More Heroes games in the first place, or really any Suda51 game for that matter, so this change might do well for the game. So there it is. I hope you guys learned something about Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. I hope you guys are looking forward to it as much as I am. And again, I repeat, please do not overlook this game. These games deserve the attention. A lot of people are very dead set in the games that they want to play, but trust me, give a game like this a chance. Having a style like this isn't something you get very often, and over-the-top action in No More Heroes games and just the characters in general are amazing and have really stuck with me ever since I played the first game. So anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys
together?
next time.
Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah! I'm in it to win, baby. Number 1, here I come!